This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. Republicans are in a mad dash right now to delegitimize anybody who's running against Donald Trump, whether that be the Ramaswamy guy or Nikki Haley or Asa Hutchinson, anybody else other than Donald Trump, even the guy that in another few years they're going to end up with resounding endorsements of and praise on high for Ron DeSantis. They're even second guessing him. He's not ready. He's this. He's being demonized by Donald Trump. And they have to justify it. They have to twist themselves into pretzels to try to find the logic in their stupid heads to make it make sense. I mean, they had to do that in the first place to make Donald Trump a palatable candidate for the United States of America when he is nothing but a doofus and has always been that. But because he had the moxie to get things done to accomplish the fascistic goals of the Republican Party, they stuck with him. Even though it debased them, he was embarrassing, he had to be explained away constantly. I mean, remember the Trump administration when it's, well, what he meant to say was, that was the line that you heard hundreds, if not thousands of times over the course of his presidency. Well, he's new at this. He's not a seasoned politician. He's not a polished politician. What he meant to say was, because apparently this 70-plus-year-old man didn't know how to articulate his thoughts properly. Such a stupid man, he needs other people to explain what he meant to say. All that to say, Dave Rubin, another dum-dum, is in town. He's in Washington, D.C. right now, I think still, interviewing a few ne'er-do-wells in the Republican Party, one of which is Lauren Boebert. And there's one moment from this stupid interview that he did where she is trying to denigrate, trying to make people, radicals like Nikki Haley, who's running for president against Donald Trump, trying to make her part of the deep state, that everyone accepts her as nobody's going to attack her. They only attack Donald Trump because he's the true savior. Anyway, it's a bunch of nonsense. We'll talk about it on the other side. Watch this.
I mean, even the way the left is still going after President Trump with the DA in New York, they do not want him to run because they know that he will win. And I mean, think about it. They're not going after Nikki Haley. Mm-hmm. You know, she's a member of the club. She's paid her dues. They're not worried about her. But they are going after President Trump still. They have not left this man or his family alone at all.
One, he's being prosecuted for his crimes. They're not leaving him alone for any other reason than accountability's sake, consequence sake. And they know that he will win is just an absolute harebrained idiot take on the state of American politics. Donald Trump lost in fantastic fashion in 2020. Joe Biden got 7 million plus more votes than Donald Trump. And the race was close at all, if it was close at all, because of the fact that we have an electoral college, this weird, anti-democratic, antiquated, archaic system of democracy in this country. But to claim that Nikki Haley is being left alone, the left is ignoring Nikki Haley because she's acceptable, she's part of the club. I hate to break it to you, Lauren, but we're ignoring Nikki Haley because I have a better chance of being president of the United States as the Republican nominee than Nikki Haley. The reason that she gets ignored is because she's polling at like 2%. She's a non-issue. She's a distraction. She's an excuse for people to tell me, quit talking about Donald Trump. You're obsessed with Donald Trump. She is a nobody who's going nowhere. That is why. But for you and your GED logic here, that the reason we ignore Nikki Haley is because we know Donald Trump will win. Donald Trump didn't get the popular vote in 2016. Donald Trump didn't have enough support to get the popular vote in 2020. What makes you think, as he appeals to a narrower and narrower base, that he's going to have some groundswell of support and win in some landslide in 2024? It only makes sense if you really want it to make sense. But leave it to this brain trust here, Dave Rubin and Lauren Boebert, to make it make sense. What do you think? I'd love to know. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Absolutely. Of course, as always, you can email me the old-fashioned way at daily@dollemore.com, and I would love to absolutely hear from you. I would love to hear from you, absolutely. How about that? Sounds better, right? Follow me on social media. I am at Dollemore on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and everywhere else that there's some social media, probably at Dollemore. Just search it. You'll find it. And if you appreciate what I do, you want to help support my work, help produce my work, help produce these videos, you can click the join button below, become a channel member right here on YouTube for as little as $1.99 a month, or you can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt Both of those are great ways to support what we do, not just for the podcast. It absolutely supports the work here on YouTube. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Your daily Lauren Boebert fix. Sorry. Bearer of bad news. Don't shoot the messenger. Come on. Anyway, be genuine. Take care of one another.